Hello to everyone raiding in from Moo, but also just from the Discord, whatever. We are back with another match of Roulette Rivals 17. This is Hausen versus In4Fun. Both players took a win in round one of Swiss, and now one of them is hoping to get a second win, or maybe half a point, but who knows. So yeah, first off, we're going to be going to our map picks, which are Mendoza and Bangkok. So Mendoza was chosen by. What is wrong with my? This is interesting. Okay, there we go. Wouldn't let me interact, but Mendoza chosen by HOUSEN here. We can see from our little statistics, I think this is mostly a target pick against In4Fun rather than maybe a pick for Hausen, but maybe it's both. I mean, it does seem to be relatively close to one of his higher win rate maps for Hausen. But yeah, historically, I've seen quite a few people in the past pick Mendoza against In4Fun, with it being his currently lowest win rate map, still above 50%. And still with 30 plays, which is kind of insane. But yeah, 52% there is probably what you're going to be looking at. I mean, 132 matches played, 473 maps played. You're not really going to expect any map to be particularly weak. So it makes sense to see that come out there. And then Bangkok is going to be the pick here from In4Fun. Hasn't asked for a 2-minute delay. It is done. So yeah, Bangkok, the pick. I think I was looking at this earlier, and it kind of looked like it also was a more of a targeted one. But yeah, how many plays do we have? We have 29 plays on Bangkok from In4Fun. Let's see, 5 in total for Hausen. So yeah, definitely a bit of an experience gap there for sure. And then I actually don't know our bans. I guess I could check my own overlay. Will tell me if I click some buttons here really quick. The bans were Haven Island from Hausen and Colorado from In4Fun. So Haven Island from Hausen, 0% win rate. Of course, only 3 plays, so not really a whole lot to go off of there. But yeah, I think I've seen it is actually his highest win rate map. But I think I've seen In4Fun's numbers. Maybe it was in the last match that he played or something like that, having an insane number of plays. But yeah, 24.5 wins out of 28 is certainly insane. And then Colorado was the ban from In4Fun. I know In4Fun is not a huge fan of some of the newer Colorado strats, like Orchard type stuff. Just overall isn't super fond of them personally. And of course, if somebody's able to pull it off first try, which, you know, is a task in and of itself, but could be a big advantage for your opponent. So it makes sense to see that coming in there. But let me check and make sure my players are live here, because I might need to give them another refresh. It looks like they are both live, and that was the concern from Hausen. So yeah, we can transition now over to our match screen. But yeah, we see these numbers here again. Let me go some game sound. But yeah, 420 Hausen, 427, very good for a Mendoza personal best. And then In4Fun, 15, 14, and 1 with a 340. Both very good personal bests here on some nice quick Mendoza spins. Yeah, In4Fun played Mendoza in his last match. So we'll see, maybe a bit of practice advantage coming in clutch here for them. But our spin is Don Yates, Loud Explosive in suit, and Tamar Vidal, Explosion, Accident as later. So, yeah, a very quick isolation is going to be possible here from Shrine Start, and of course, with how simple the spin appears to be, you would want to start there rather than getting the suit from on the map. So we hear a lot of inventory clicking happening right now, but that also gives you access to a propane directly off the start and a smuggle. So that kind of gives you everything you need straight off the bat here. And of course, you could expect potentially a drive-by kill from Tamara would get you a very quick time here. But yeah, both players headed in on that shrine start. There are also loud explosives in the attic here, so don't necessarily need to bring it, but you don't really need anything else anyways, so you're going to go ahead and bring that in. And W suit for HOUSEN. Yeah, I think if you were starting waiter, you would probably need to bring an oil canister to have anything really going well for you. But we see HOUSEN going ahead and just quickly tranking both of Yates's guards here. And then In4Fun's got the same thing. Huge umbrella. So there's the knockout on Yates. And Valentina, you don't really have to worry about her. Seems like In4Fun wants to soundproof the kill while HOUSEN's just going to go for it immediately. Oh my god. Yeah, you probably wanted to close that door after the leg throw there. But I was going to say HOUSEN's approach there is definitely going to save him some time until it didn't. So, yeah, In4Fun is going to soundproof this kill. And then it'll be completely handled for him. And then you can grab one of your guard disguises left downstairs. Look, this is so cute, into the fireplace. Don't even have to get him into the bathroom. That'll do it for you. And yeah, this, like I said, this mercenary disguise ready for him will make it very simple to get a waiter on your way over to Tamara. It can be a little awkward trying to get a drive-by on her, so you might see a seeker dart just to create some separation. Because there are a lot of NPCs that kind of surround her from the point where she is now at the desk until she gets all the way here to kind of the top of the stairs. So yeah, we will see a secret art there. It just makes it simpler and doesn't really cost you that much time. And then probably just go ahead and grab your waiter that's standing in here. And even just leaving him here, he's not going to get found. I guess save for some insane panic movement all the way up here from the bathroom, but he might end up clearing the bathroom out anyways. HOUSEN, of course, does kind of the same thing there and does actually get that bit quicker kill there this time. In4Fun, remoting, yeah. Even before I could speak the words, that looks a little close. He moves it further away there. Here we see the detonate. There's the kill. And like I said, except for maybe somebody panicking all the way up to where that waiter's body is, should be nothing left to cause any issues here. And there will be the tango. So I don't really know where Tamara's body gets dragged, but I mean, even if for some reason they drag her up there, that shouldn't happen before this cutscene is over. So
now we strike at the heart.
HOUSEN could create a photo finish situation here, but Diana is going to panic, so he's not going to have the tango available. Most likely. And yeah, that is going to run out here, unfortunately, for them. So that is going to be...
Too many eyes. Meet me at the Olive Grove at sunset.
Okay, I'm trolling.
One last tango, 47.
First time admin, by the way. Clicks the fucking accept button for no reason. But yeah, I mean, it should be green guns. Great. Great, because we're going to have some problems there if it's not XD. And next map will come in about 3 minutes. So yeah, In4Fun, coming out ahead there with the slightly slower strat, but obviously didn't have an execution rip there like HOUSEN did, so wasn't too close. Hello to the Raiders coming in. This is Roulette Rivals. This is a Hitman 3 tournament format where people compete to complete main missions with Silent Assassin using specific disguise and kill conditions in real time. So anyone that's not familiar, you will see very quickly how this works. But for kind of our stats nerds here, we've got, of course, the stats base picked here from In4Fun. We see, again, that 2-3-0 performance there for HOUSEN. 22-7-0 with a very nice looking 4 flat personal best. A lot of the super fast Bangkoks are kind of very much limited by a handful of certain kills, so it's kind of hard to get a record spin compared to some other maps that are just kind of like strat knowledge. But yeah, 10-16 personal best, definitely looking in for Fun's favor on that side of things. HOUSEN is sort of aware of Bugman, it seems. Practicing that early on here. The scooter can certainly come in clutch. But yeah, a minute till the spin goes live. In4Fun, of course, going to be prepping for a tech crew start, which is a very logical pre-plan here on Bangkok. Actually smuggles the silenced SMG instead of... HOUSEN, that's not chloroform. Smuggles the silenced SMG instead of the In4Fun special with the silent shotgun. But, yeah, Durian and Bleg both make sense. Pistol, of course. Having an ICA can help you get the shot on the cams off through the door, but other than that, doesn't really make a huge difference. And, yeah. Not really much to draw from loadout here. This is pretty standard stuff. Just waiting for the spin to go live, which I only glanced at to make sure it was legal beforehand, so I don't even remember what it is, so it's a surprise to all of us. It is Jordan Cross, Hatchet as Exterminator, Ken Morgan, Shotgun Cinema, as kitchen staff. So, yeah, Bugman can certainly help you out here, because that Hatchet is going to be quite a pain if you're looking to grab the Exterminator and then immediately go to upstairs. And, of course, kitchen staff is pretty much free. You can either grab one on your way over to Ken or just get the literal free one in the basement. So not really a whole lot to worry about there. We see the scooter shot. As long as nobody else is knocked down or shot or whatever, the explosion will stop anyone from spotting you there. So they will trigger Jordan to start coming down with Mukja here. HOUSEN with an upshot there as well to try to make sure that the Exterminator and the hotel staff here on this floor are not going to be in his way when he's looking to get the Jordan kill. Seems like he wants to take out this guy as his buffer disguise. I've actually never seen this guy go for the bullet distraction, because he just always panics off of one shot. I guess the Exterminator is still going to move in here on his own. So I guess that could create issues later on with Jordan. But In4Fun is currently grabbing that kitchen staff and going to come back here after the kill on Ken to just get that back and then set up. Of course, got this briefcase here, so after the shotgun kill on Ken, that'll free up the briefcase to put a hatchet inside of, and then headed back over to Jordan for either an atrium kill or bringing him into the storage room. Yeah, I mean, I trust what you're saying, Blunts, more than what I know, because I I've literally never knocked out the hotel staff instead of the exterminator there, so I do not know. But In4Fun is currently waiting for Ronald to come in to make sure that Ken can stay in here for the rest of his life. I guess I don't really know that the bumping accomplishes anything, but it also doesn't hurt anything. Though some might tell him off for standing in here. Oh. Yeah, and panic here for Ken briefly there doesn't cause any problems. We see the kill on that front. Housen has set up the basement medic for Ken by triggering it a little bit later, so Ken is coming in now to get ready for that kill. In4Fun, as I mentioned, back in the exterminator, back in a non-trespassing position here, and of course is going to want to dodge this camera because it's going to be well out of his way. Housen grabbing the quick kill there on Ken. Even going to drag everyone out of line of sight to make sure, even if someone does come in the storage room, it's not going to be a problem. We have the exterminator grab back there for Housen, and now needs to go ahead and get that hatchet. In4Fun did manage there, so Jordan is on his first sit down here, so we could see the poison go in. The only issue with Jordan Atrium kill is Dexy drinks at the bar, and that animation can cause her to spot Jordan getting knocked over. But yeah, we see there. She is perfectly unconscious, and of course, since it's not a live kill, In4Fun can go ahead and grab that kill. Drag the body a little bit for safety. I think his foot was kind of sticking out there. But here is the dash to the exit. Yeah, Jordan is the only body in that atrium that it actually matters if it gets seen. So Jordan is the last person to get knocked out because he's sitting down, so his animation takes longer. So like I mentioned before, as long as Dexy isn't also in an animation, then he'll never get seen. But yeah, you definitely don't want to gas the atrium while he's standing talking to Mookjai, and that was a rip there for Housen, I do believe. But it did not matter because In4Fun had that win regardless. But yeah, I mean, Housen didn't have time to wait for Jordan to sit down, but obviously didn't know that. But yeah, the insecticide is a red guns on targets. So I will go ahead, set a timer here. RNG map number 1. Sorry if OBS is weird. Just how it works with the sound when I tab out. But yeah, we can take a quick gander here at stats for our first RNG map in Dubai. So yeah, again, the bans were Colorado and Haven Island, I believe. So Dubai, one of the 15 maps that could be generated at random, and that it was. So we've got 25 plays from In4Fun, 18 wins, giving you a 72% win rate. Has been picked 5 times, but also been banned 6 times. I'm sure some of that comes from RR4, where it was only Hitman 3 maps, so there was a lot of Dubai happening there, but only 6 plays, of course, for Housen, but that does make it relatively close to the top of his most played maps in RR. Only picked twice and won 3 times for a 50% win rate, so definitely not too shabby from them as well. Also kind of come down to who you perhaps had the misfortune of playing against on the map, depending on who it is. But yeah, I mean, obviously, just based on the stats, Housen's going to be the underdog in this match. In4Fun has played 16 RRs, we can see there. Housen with only 4, and 2-time tournament champion there. So obviously experience as well, but we've seen, I would say, a pretty marked improvement in Housen's gameplay since, I believe, the World Championship last year was when I kind of started to notice him really picking up in terms of strat knowledge and execution. So Housen is definitely someone to look out for just in general. But yeah, we'll transition over so we can see that timer there. 254 personal best and 223 very similar. And yeah, I mean, obviously, as you can see by the 115 map record, you can get some super fast spins on Dubai. Also, some slightly slower ones. So I mean, I would say any personal best under 4 minutes is looking like a pretty solid first try, guaranteed. But yeah, we've got a pre-plan for event SAF start from Housen. I actually don't really know what is like quote unquote objectively the best pre-plan on Dubai. I always plan for Art Crew, just because I think it covers more of like the super fast spins. But yeah, I mean, only so much you can do, and really most of the time on Dubai you're just changing your large smuggle, so not a huge deal. And for fun, practicing the early setup with Assassin and getting the Marcus on time was relevant in a pretty recent match, so good to know for sure. Probably one of the worst things you can get on this map, but we are live, and there's actually Assassin relevant here. Carl Ingram, Folding Knife, Penthouse Guard, Marcus Stuyvesant, Cleaver, Maintenance Staff. So the Folding Knife is only carried by the Assassin that we saw In4Fun looking at just a bit ago, and actually it looks to be starting for again. But Housen is starting downstairs. This is for the Cleaver. Once again, as event staff, that is, I'm like 99% sure the only Cleaver on the map. So, yeah, I mean, it's tough to say which one is more of a commitment. I guess I would say that, I don't know, going downstairs might take slightly longer. It's actually a good shot there. In4Fun changes, kind of gets him more access to the map. We'll be trespassing in the staff area where you isolate Marcus, but that's not really a big deal. But yeah, Housen can just show up with a trank the Assassin from range, and then obviously we already see him isolate Marcus, so that's kind of his only timer here out of the way. In4Fun is up at the Carl isolation spot now. There's a lot of things happening at the moment. Housen, yeah, just takes a snipe shot at range. Of course, in a guard disguise, so you can just pick up that knife off the ground, no problem. Come back the same way you came. There is the kill already for In4Fun. Very quick clear out there. And now headed downstairs in a good disguise to get this Marcus isolation. Just needs to be kind of quick here for making sure that other guard doesn't prove to be an issue here. Even Tranks or Blegs. Wow, that actually hit Marcus. That is an insane range on that. I could watch that clip 10 times and never would I think that that Bleg actually hit Marcus. I thought that was actually pretty good. Noticing the timing on the far guard. That's probably the farthest I've ever seen a Bleg hit in my entire life. But, yeah, I mean, obviously now all in Housen's ballpark. We saw, of course, earlier that Marcus was already isolated, so there is virtually nothing left to go wrong for Housen here. Maintenance staff, of course, is very free here. Cleaver is already in the inventory, started off with that grab. And that'll be thrown directly into Marcus's face, and then an elevator exit will do very nicely for him. So yeah, that will certainly be the map win there for Housen. I actually didn't check if either of these players have the exit bug, but looks like Housen doesn't. So that'll certainly be an accept there. There is no way for In4Fun to catch up, and yeah, I do believe that that was personal best for Housen. Do believe so. But yeah, we're going to Isle of Scale, which I will say, even without looking at the stats, is something that In4Fun should probably be pretty happy about. If OBS would stop tweaking, I could go ahead and send the the spin timer there. But yeah, that really came down to some unfortunate guard timing for In4Fun. So the second guard that cycles in this room, he noticed, yeah, and it was even a problem again here, was at a position where if he just knocked out the guard and Marcus, the second guard would be seeing the bodies before he could do anything about him. So yeah, that delay kind of cooked him a little bit there, and kind of forced him to improvise, which was where the problems came from. But yeah, we see In4Fun does have the map record, 4-1-0, 347 personal best, and of course the map record there on In4Fun with a 16-5-1. I think historically, I would say Iskale and New York have been In4Fun's like two main maps that like any player from the outside would kind of look and say like those are the two again historically that have been the strongest for him. But yeah, we can take a quick gander at picks and bans on that front for HOUSEN especially. So 2 picks, 0 bans, 5 plays. That's looking pretty reasonable, and 4 wins actually gives him an 80%. So definitely just numbers alone is looking pretty strong for him. 0 bans is also a good sign because it means he doesn't hate the map. And yeah, on In4Fun side of things, picked 10 times, only banned thrice, and 22 plays again, as we saw there. So 75% win rate. But yeah, I don't entirely remember seeing much from HOUSEN on scale. So I have no idea how familiar he is with the kind of the big powerhouse strats, which are like double phone, and then just like the phone variations from different starting locations. Can really save you a lot of time over something like a double emetic or like an MOC lure, depending on what we have. So, and yeah, I like when I'm adminning and casting, I like to just glance at the spin to make sure it's legal. So I don't remember what it is, but it is legal. Don't think you've ever double seekered. I definitely haven't in a match. I don't think I haven't practiced either, but I also didn't practice scale a ton before my break, which was like when double seeker was kind of more useful, I would say. Because originally it was just MOC and radio, like every spin. And then I think double seeker was the main time save that came out first before all the phone stuff in a lot of cases. But we will see the spin momentarily, 30 seconds. And both pre-planning for Architect, definitely would agree with that. Lockpick Gang from In4Fun versus the Crowbar. Yeah, I think Lockpick is like probably objectively better than Crowbar just in this plan, but like, I don't know, it doesn't really make a huge difference in a lot of cases, so whatever. Calmer's at the ready in the smuggles, and we've got the spin live. It is Zoe Washington Scalpel as Custodian, Sophia Washington Assault Rifle as Architect, so I would definitely say double phone viable. Could double seeker. That is damn true. Because you're I mean, obviously you've got both disguises here that are starting locations, but I would say Architect is always going to be better for that. In4Fun with a quick pre-plan. Actually does go over to Custodian. But yeah, I think double phone is very nice here. Because your Scalpel is at the Zoe phone spot. Actually, oh my god, how did he not rip there? I couldn't tell how many people heard that. Yeah, HOUSEN I don't think even went for the second phone. Like, I think he's just gonna look to do either like Wake or like 3-minute phone. But yeah, In4Fun is starting Custodian, so that'll get him his Zoe kill relatively quickly, because of course the Scalpel is in the the, I don't even know what, morgue or whatever, the tower. But yeah, I mean, Housen, of course, already has 1 kill. I mean, that was like super sketch on that kill, but he did get away with it. And we see him getting ready for a Seeker here, so no wake needed. And then just run over for the Scalpel. No way to get through the door, though, is kind of the problem I think he's considering right now. And of course, this guard carries a loud gun, so it's kind of awkward. I don't, like 99% sure he doesn't carry a key. So there's the kill for In4Fun, and this will line up pretty nicely for radio timing, right? I guess not climbing up the pipe out of fear of that guard seeing him climbing. So he wants to hit that radio timing and then try to get an architect. Either like start on it beforehand or like immediately after triggering the radio. And of course we see the assault rifle there. He is doing a lot of nonsense to get this scalpel. But it is a super fast spin, so it kind of makes sense, I guess, to attempt all this. We see In4Fun lures the architect from outside and then triggers the radio. So he still needs the assault rifle. Housen, I didn't actually see if he... No, he did end up seekering Zoe, like 100%, right? I don't know how much time he has on that. Oh my god. Oh my god, no. Yeah. I'm not sure why In4Fun had hesitated so much on making sure the door was closed, because there's nobody, like, that door being open doesn't change anything with the NPCs outside. And that certainly cost him quite a lot there. So Zoe's left the bathroom now. Custodian is allowed on the helipad. But once she gets into this outer area, it's a little bit awkward for phone. Fun fact, even though you're allowed on the helipad and you're allowed back there, if you walk through that same door as Housen did as architect, you will get compromised. So it looks like Housen is just falling back on MOC now, I guess. But, like, obviously unbeknownst to him, he has all the time in the world, so... He is certainly chilling. I mean, there's a free Custodian in here, but that doesn't really matter for him. That was a little bit sus on that KO, because the Custodian will turn around again, but actually took him longer than I thought it would to do that, so he's fine. In4Fun has the Scalpel once again, and we will see that kill. Just quite a heavy juggling act, I think. I mean, if he was upstairs, like, just a couple seconds sooner, then it would really be no issue for him to get that Sophia kill. And honestly, this is still really close. I don't know if Housen has already triggered MOC. I mean, the disguise is on the ground, so I'm assuming that he has. Yeah, he has. But... like, if In4Fun can get this kill, it's going to be like 30 seconds until he's in position. And obviously Housen has to wait for Zoe to get over here. I think he's still slightly in the lead. Yeah, for sure. Especially with how close his exit is. And I don't think he's done anything that would really panic the Constant. So, like, the exit's going to be further away for In4Fun here. Oh, and I think he just got the female architect, which is not helping. Yeah, that's definitely not great. I mean, he can stall Sophia, but, like, Housen just got the kill and is currently leaving, so I don't think that's going to quite do it. He would need to trank both of them, I think, right? Because that Raider's probably going to see that body. I don't I guess... yeah, I don't know. It's over now for sure, but... on the caster side of things, I was trying to figure out what In4Fun was trying to do to clutch it up for just a couple seconds, but yeah. That will not be within those 30 seconds. So we are going to a map number 5, 4-4 tied up. So Housen could be looking to come back for a reverse sweep here. Miami is our quote-unquote decider. I mean, not really a decider, but because there is a time limit. But yeah, this could either be a win for either player, it could be a timeout tie, or it could be a photo finish tie. And all of those things would end the match. So these matches can end 5-5, and they have already in this round, I think twice. I think we've had 2 ties this round. But yeah, we are going to Miami as our final RNG map. Quick stat check. We got 2 minutes. That's plenty of time. Yeah, okay. Let me do a little bit of interacting here. So yeah, we saw a brief sneak peek there in the other scene, but yeah, as Deniso says, it's been picked 0 times from HOUSEN and banned once. I kind of want to check who that ban was against, with it only being 1, but played 3 times. It's a 67% win rate, but obviously not a whole lot of experience in tournament, so maybe less practice. But yeah, I mean, In4Fun has a million plays on every map. 31 plays here on Miami. 12 times picked, 4 times banned, and 19 wins. So a lot of big numbers there. And Miami is a map where some spins can come down to very specific strat knowledge, but the majority of spins just come down to like, you know, second by second execution type thing. So, but yeah, I want to check who HOUSEN banned Miami against. If OBS would stop trolling. I guess there's not really a great way for me to see without going through every single match one by one, and I unfortunately have the bug in RR stats where I have to refresh the whole page every time I click on a match. So I don't know if anyone finds it while I'm casting this map, I would like to know, but not a big deal. 907 personal best from HOUSEN is gotta be a second try, other than, I don't know, doing the standard strats on like spins that really, really aren't fit for it. But yeah, 505 personal best from In4Fun. Could certainly be speeding that up, potentially. But what is our spin? It is the last spin of this match. Sierra Knox drowning as medic. Robert Knox kitchen knife as race marshal. So a very, 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 very simple Robert kill. And also a very simple Sierra kill, but, I mean, it's not peekabooing her, so, I don't know, slightly different. I think I definitely agree with In4Fun starting Food Vendor. I mean, Food Vendor is a couple of seconds faster than starting Waiter for Sugar, but, you know, if it takes you a couple seconds to change your pre-plan to do it, then, like, it's not actually saving you any time. So it doesn't really make a difference. And yeah, you are looking for the downstairs bathroom. I can't imagine any other toilet in that area would be faster, being the medic tent or the upstairs bathrooms. So yeah, Sugar, because your medic disguise is completely free. There's no work to be done there. There's no reason to do shots. So Sugar is going to be faster for you. They're both getting in position at basically the same time here. And yeah, I think ripping on this spin is kind of an instant loss. I mean, you know, on average, it's very unlikely, I would say, that both players rip in this spin. So, like, you really got to not mess it up. And I haven't seen the bin for Sierra in a super long time, so I don't even know if it's possible, but I don't know, maybe it is. Yeah, I guess, I mean, race marshal start is probably faster than Waiter here, right? Like, right? It has to be. Because, I mean, no matter how far Sierra walks by the time you get here, she's still going to be going to the downstairs bathroom. But since they both kind of did the same start, it doesn't really make a difference on that front. So In4Fun goes down for a smuggle. And In4Fun's going to seeker her at red carpet. Could be a little sus with the mechanic behind, maybe. So there's the sick. I mean, she's got to be going downstairs from that position. In4Fun's going to grab his medic. He is getting a little bit slower. I don't actually know if medic is allowed there, but I assume it wouldn't be. Yeah, it's not. So a cheeky bleg there will get him through, and now waiting for Sierra to hopefully walk directly to a toilet. In4Fun. Oh, she went to this toilet. That is crazy. I don't know if that was intentional, but if it was, that's kind of genius. Because as long as you don't get an extended illegal action here, this, I think, is usually faster. Okay, or if you can even just get a prompt in the first place. Ludmilla moment. And I'm pretty sure you can get extended illegal on this kill if you just run straight out the door. Because I haven't ever killed Sierra here, but I have killed people here in, like, Freelancer. And, yeah, he is out of there very nicely, and now immediately headed over to Bobby. I think Housen still definitely has a very slight lead. I don't know if he... I don't know what... He kind of went off to the side there. I don't really know why. Maybe he was... No, there's no kitchen knives there either. But there's a kitchen knife, like, right before you climb up the window. And obviously there's a race marshal on your way up there, so... Housen is still in the lead. I have no idea what their loads were looking like. I wasn't really paying that much attention on how a photo finish might go here. But Housen is the first player to break the laptop. Shooting it early, I think, at the time that In4Fun was getting there, like all the way down at the bottom. Oh, Housen forgot the disguise! Thank you for pointing that out to me, chat, because I wouldn't have noticed for the next 20 seconds. But that is losable, for sure. That is a losable mistake, 100%, because now he's going to have to go back down. And that will kind of cook all of the time that he saved. But yeah, In4Fun is in the race marshal. We see him grab the kitchen knife. Didn't shoot the laptop, though. And that's going to cost him some time. He does need to take out cams, so he's probably going to wait till this guy gets in here so that he can get a shot into double KO, because this frontal KO won't be heard. Well, it will be heard, but bullets are the priority. So Housen has to come all the way back down and back up. In4Fun just now has to wait in here. Cameras are taken care of. Robert is... I mean, this is so close, man. This is crazy. They're going to get the kill at, like, the same time. Assuming the guard doesn't troll here, which he doesn't. Oh my god. Kitchen knife in the head. Both players got the kill. Housen is looking to get to the exit slightly faster. He doesn't have the guards knocked out, but he does have a crowbar. So that takes him longer to get to the exit. Oh my god, they literally finished at the same fucking time, man. Holy. Okay, we're going to be doing some counting here. I'll give them a sneak preview of the photo finish to come, I guess. But, yeah, I think... At least one person was available to help. Players... I just looked at this, because I saw the same second on the overlay. Players finished 0.04 seconds apart. That has to be the closest photo finish initially in Roulette history. I don't even know who pressed done first. I literally can't tell. There you go. I have no way of... I mean, probably in the back end you can tell, but... Yeah, it was too close on the overlay for me to see it. I mean, maybe you can see it if you go back in the stream, but They finished at the same on the same second, obviously. So yeah, I think they both had one load. But I'm going to do some counting of my own here because I am the admin. I guess I have to go to my own stream here. And I guess I'll probably count frames because there's no reason not to. And I think there's only one load for each again, so. I think Mike can maybe figure out who finished first for us for sure. But yeah, I guess first I'll check to see if they both only had the one load. No insta replans. Because you certainly don't want to call this one wrong. HOUSEN in as waiter, In4Fun in as, yeah, one load, I think, for sure, from both. Because there was definitely no rips, so. Both players one load. And let's see what we got. If HOUSEN didn't forget the race marshal, or if In4Fun shot the laptop earlier, this certainly could have been way less close. But no point in going through all the what ifs. Obviously, it was a very fast spin either way, so. All right. Probably won't be doing a lot of talking here. Okay, there's that. Oh. Twitch is trolling me. In4Fun finished first. In4Fun finished first. I think we've already got a preemptive result for Moo in admin chat, but I'm just gonna double check just to be a hundo. I mean, I technically this result could be overturned later because it doesn't affect anything like going forward until the round draw, but you know, no point in stressing the players out for no reason. So I think it is storming for the fourth time today where I live. Okay, and then on In4Fun side. Hopefully they both pressed done as soon as they were able to within the rules, of course, because that would suck. Okay. Pretty similar loading times for both of them. Is it similar enough? Okay. What? Okay. I just wrote down the wrong thing there. That's not helping. Yeah, okay. With the count from Moo and then my own count basically giving me the exact same thing, more or less, I am 100% confident. Um, 7.7. Just typing out the final result here. And everyone, congratulations. It's a tie. It is a 5-5 tie following Miami.
Holy shit, bro.
So, HOUSEN loaded for 462 frames, and In4Fun loaded for 540, which gives you a difference of 1.3 seconds. Add that to the 0.04, and that is less than 2 seconds, which is the difference needed to decide a winner. And yeah, that means Miami and the match have ended in a draw. Round 2 is Draw City. But yeah, that's going to do it for our match here today. I think there's another one starting pretty soon. Yeah, there is. I don't know who's... Maybe Currymaker is streaming it, I think. I don't know. They haven't gone live yet as far as I can tell, but we can do a quick little overview here. So yeah, In4Fun and HOUSEN are both now on 1.5 points, and I guess that makes things a little bit easier for us on the match generation side of things, because previously with 2 players on 1.5 being Yanini and Luke, we would have had one of those two going up and one of them playing down, or potentially both going in one direction, depending how the numbers worked out. Anyways, now HOUSEN can play Yanini or Luke, and In4Fun can play one of those two, assuming no more ties. So those matchups could be relatively set in stone, depending on how the BH works out. But the draw is in 2 days on Sunday, so that's when we will know for sure. But yeah, lots of players on 1.5 now. And got to play Fun or HOUSEN. Well, I mean, there could be another draw, or things could work out weird. But yeah, probably most likely you're playing one of those two. And in terms of upcoming matches, yeah, we just have that one from Currymaker there. Let me check once again if he has gone live. Not quite yet, but very shortly should be. And yeah, I will send you guys over there as soon as that goes live, and then Curry can do a recap at the end of that match on some matches tomorrow, but that's going to do it here for us. Thanks to everyone that was chilling through that photo finish count. And yeah, thanks for being part of the community, doing what you do. And yeah, thanks again for that raid from Red Fury. Hopefully anyone that came from there, you enjoyed what you saw and maybe want to watch more. Let me actually see if I can get the server invite. I think we lost our like unique link, right? So anyone that's not familiar, that is the Threat 7 Speedrun Commuting Discord. That is where all of these tournaments are hosted. So of course this one is too late to join, but in the future you could look to do that. Our World Championships are going to be starting towards the end of this year. So that will do it for me. I will kind of just hang out here for a bit until Curry Maker goes live, and then I will raid over to there. So thanks again for hanging out, and I'll see you later.